here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
They live is pulp culture.
It really is.
I mean, even now with like the Trump administration and all that. I don't know if you see that. I see this guy who's pretty cool. He makes these really cool TV screen things that are fake, you know, and it's got like the Fox News guys on it, and it has the headlines on it. But then if you turn something, they turn into the They Live aliens, and then the headline at the bottom flips over, and it's like obey.
Yeah.
You know? So he does
Consume.
Consume. He does that for all the Fox News people and all the Trump administration people. So he's pretty popular. He did did big reveals about as big as the screen right here I think like a couple weeks ago, where he did like a huge one, and it's all like you push a button and it changes, but it's all like 3D stuff. It actually the heads are double-sided, so it lifts up, moves over, and then it turns over. It's like they live stuff. So like They Live, this movie is like basically it's a 22-minute Twilight Zone episode turned into an hour and 30-minute movie.
Yeah.
Right? Because it doesn't really need the hour and a half, whatever runtime, but they put a lot of hooky shit in it just to kind of like stretch it.
Yeah.
But it just becomes part of the lore of the film, you know, because you got like Roddy Piper, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So he's not an actor. I don't know if he did anything else after that.
I don't think so. I mean, he maybe been in a couple things, maybe, but he wasn't like the main actor.
But God, for the first 10 minutes is him just walking around.
Yeah,
it's like that cheesy James, the Carpenter music, you know, you know, it's like this harmonica thing where he's just wandering the city.
Yes,
you know, until he comes across the job site and like, hey, I want to work here. And like, all right, and he ends up on a homeless encampment.
By the way, that was a real homeless encampment too. Yeah, that was real.
Nice.
Yeah, they did a lot of guerrilla filming for that movie because of the budget.
The extras.
Yeah, because of the budget too. Yeah.
The food is free.
Yeah, the food's free.
But
yeah, that homeless encampment
was, hey, what do you got over there, Billy?
Was real though.
What'd you dig out of the garbage? Hey, craft services.
Another fun fact too is Carpenter was such a wrestling fan. He was watching WrestleMania 3 when he was writing the movie, and he seen Roddy Piper and was like, "That's the guy." He didn't want the main actor to be somebody that people knew. He wanted it because again, the whole point of the movie was not to have a big star in it and everything. He was like an everyday. But that's how he figured out Roddy Piper. He seen one of his promos or whatever, the wrestling promos, and he was like, "That's the guy." And so he reached out to him to be in the film.
And so he ends up coming across this homeless encampment, and what's that guy's name? I don't know why I know his name. Great actor, the black dude is in the Thing.
Yeah, he was in the Thing too.
He was amazing. But anyway, he's also that's the way I like to roll on this show because I don't know anybody's name. But I'll just say it like that dude.
But Carpenter did also, as soon as he started writing it, he said right from the door that was his guy from working on Thing. His demeanor, his voice. He was like he made that role just for him. You know,
he's a great voice actor,
and he almost didn't take it because he was like, "Dude, I don't want to be in a movie where I'm gonna die quick." And he was like, "No, it's not like that. I'm gonna give you a great role in this." And he was like, "All right." So he basically told him, "I wrote this for you," and he was like, "All right,
like, okay,
yeah, I'm good with it."
Hook, line, and sinker.
Exactly. Yeah.
So then they move into this encampment, and it just so happens that the church across the street. So Carpenter likes to work in a lot in coincidence, right? Like he doesn't really want to spend a lot of time world building.
Yes.
Right. So he's just
to the point.
Guy comes in, he's homeless. We don't know why, because really normal people don't walk into town and they're just immediately homeless. Especially someone like who's built like Roddy Piper, who's obviously goes to a gym every day.
Yeah.
And he's got his wits about him, but now he's homeless and he's gonna live in some sort of encampment, right? So it's like, all right. But anyway, that he's like, let's get to it. He goes here and then don't question me. And then across the street, that's where the shit's going down.
The soup kitchen?
Yeah, it's the church. You know? I'm like, okay. So, Rodney is like looking over there. He's like, something weird's going on over there. I don't really get it. They're always kind of going in and out. It's weird. So he goes in there and he doesn't really find any drugs. He finds like sunglasses. Doesn't know why.
In the box, right?
In the box. Well, he finds sunglasses. He doesn't take them right away. They end up on his person. I forgot why. But he doesn't just outright steal them. And then, so he takes off and he ends up putting on the glasses, and then he's seeing things like that are like weird, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like everything's kind of black and white, and like some people look like these aliens, almost like with their skin off. And then every sign in the city turns from an ad to propaganda.
Yes.
Right? Which an ad is already propaganda, but it becomes a little bit more propaganda. Like, marry and have children was one of them. So there's a lot of that, you know.
And that was the whole point why he made the film, for that reason, because he was sick. He was sick of the way the world was at the time, John Carpenter. So he wrote that movie to make people aware of that, like the Reagan administration. And that's why I think the movie again, like we were saying earlier, some movies age with time. Again, it's not the best film movie in the world, but what's going on in the world now, dude, that movie makes a lot more relevant now. Yeah. And he's referred to it over the years in interviews of being now. He's like, it's kind of a documentary.
Yeah,
really,
it
to how the world is now. But he did it on purpose, though, to wake people up.
Yeah. So Rodney Piper immediately takes to like violence. He's going to just start going out gunslinging these people, you know. Yeah. Which is interesting because I don't think they've really done. He doesn't really have any perspective yet. But I think he feels like his best course of action is just to start murdering these guys. Yeah. He doesn't have any information yet. I'm going to take the law into my hands. He's like, whatever.
Don't tell the authorities.
Yeah. So, and it's funny because he's in that shop and he's like looking around going like this. And, oh my God. And then they cut and like all of the people in the store are like, Egan's, yes.
Yeah.
So
we found one that's aware or something,
right? They got up there like little Dick Tracy watches. I mean,
they predicted the Apple Watches.
Yeah, the Apple Watches. So he goes out to the alley, and these two cops come up, and he kills those two cops, right, and takes off, starts wandering the streets. But then he becomes wanted, right? So obviously he's a cop killer and all that.
Yes.
And he doesn't even know what he's doing because he doesn't know why these people look like this or why when he puts the glasses on this is happening. But then he comes across again his buddy, the guy from the encampment. And they just have probably the longest drawn-out brawl you've seen in cinematic history.
I think it's 6 hours. 6 hours. 6 minutes and 22 seconds or some shit like that.
Well, they're just beating the crap out of each other for the longest time. Just does not stop.
Yeah.
Just keeps going and going, and you think it's over, and it just keeps going and going.
Supposedly, John took that scene from a movie he loved from the 50s.
Oh, really?
There's one of his favorite movies, and it was a long fight scene like that. He drew that scene into the movie, like to pay homage, I guess, you know?
It always stuck out to me because it was like when you're younger, you're like, oh my God, get on with it already.
And they rehearsed the scene, them two together. No, like, on film choreographers, because Roddy's a wrestler. So him and the other guy, which I can't believe I fucking forgot his name. He's such a legend. Where we had a couple of drinks already too. Well, anyway, they rehearsed for hours, for a few days in John Carpenter's backyard. Oh, they just them two. Like he's like, you guys figure out. He was just like, you guys figure out what y'all want to do. Only you guys know, and we're just gonna film it.
So John Carpenter's there with an umbrella drink.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys hash it out.
Yes, exactly. But
Rodney take his shirt off.
Yeah, supposedly that's how they did it. He just told them, you guys figure out what y'all want to do, but it's gonna be a long fight, and you guys figure it out. So again, Rodney is a wrestler, so he knows that all they do is choreograph everything. And
that was awesome. Now they're teaming up.
Yeah, because he was trying to make him aware, and he didn't believe him.
Look at the glasses. He's like, fuck off. And he's like,
he didn't want to believe him about the shit.
But once he looks at the glasses, they end up like in a hotel together. So this is where that's like now they're in some seedy hotel, and Rodney Piper's like at the sink doing like a horse bath. He's doing the tits, pits, and ass.
Yeah, tits, pits, and ass.
He's like spritzing himself.
There's a whole shower in there.
Yeah. He's like, let me just do this right here in front of you at the sink.
Let me just fluff these balls up a little bit.
I'm just so
I haven't showered in a few days.
Dashed. And the other guy, they're having this conversation, So, again, sort of like very male-driven or erotic. Not necessarily they want to bang each other, but it's like if you're teenage kids watching this movie, you're like, hell yeah, ripped. All I need is a sink. Oh man, my homeboy. It's like, you shave my back, I shave yours. I don't know. It was a different time, I think.
It was. Man.
So they're having a little homoerotic scene there, in this room.
Having a dick measuring contest.
Yeah, they are. So Then they go on after that. He goes. Well, they go after the girl, right? Rodney Ryder off in the sunset, whatever. Ends up with that chick. He gets in her car, right? Another coincidence, right? She ends up being like the head of the TV studio.
Yes.
She's like, oh, don't kill me or don't take advantage of me.
Yeah.
Right? You know, so they're back at her place and they're having drinks and all that. And then I thought it was a pretty cool scene when she just like hits him over the head and throws him out the window.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. It was like he falls like two stories.
I think John just started that shit on the spot. Like this
the
scene wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah.
It was like, how about we just try this?
Yeah, because she was so accommodating. You know,
get him out of there.
Like just throws him out the window.
Yeah, dude.
And he ends up down under an overpass.
Man.
All the cops come. So then when they're going to infiltrate the TV studio, right, where they find out where the broadcast is coming from.
Exactly.
You know what? The show could be a pretty good miniseries because it does a lot, but it doesn't really give you a lot. Like there's a scene where they're inside the church, and the cops come in, they kill all the characters.
Yeah.
Like everybody you just got to know is dead.
Yep.
Right? like just out of the blue, like everybody who was on the rebellion side, like the preacher and all that kind of thing, people that got to know a little bit, they just die.
Gone.
They just get mowed down for whatever reason. Like they're gone. They have that watch, and the watch makes you disappear, and they end up falling into like
it was the same watch as the aliens were wearing, right?
They can make you disappear.
That's right.
Right. So then they end up in the corridor. And then the corridor is attached to like a ballroom where everyone's having like a jerk-off session about how awesome it's going to be once they take over the world. Then they end up meeting again that guy who was like the hobo who was watching the TV outside. And he's like, oh
yes.
Like if he was in like Weird Science, he'd be like, hey, I had a big girl in 8th grade.
Is that idiot licking his nuts again?
She had titties. She never had to worry about titties.
Yes.
So he's like hobo. Now he's all sophisticated. Now he's got like a tuxedo, and his hair is all greased over, and somehow he's like well spoken now and everything. They don't tell you how much time has passed. It seems like it's only been a day, but maybe it's been 6 months. I don't know.
Same thing with the glasses. I can't recall if they ever really established where the glasses came from.
Yeah. Well, they show like a petri dish and a couple other things where I guess they made them.
Okay.
You know, instead of drugs, it was glasses. I think he thought maybe they're making drugs.
Okay.
I don't think the movie's built really to explain everything to you. You know, it's just more of a like get to the point. Mm-hmm. But anyway, so now he's got a tuxedo on, and he went from being a hobo living next door to the church to this guy who's now one of them working for the aliens, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's
so
like, so he sees like these dudes. He's like, I didn't know you guys came in too. You're one of us. Well, that's great. And he's like, come with me. I'm going to show you around. But somehow this guy's got
just joined the cult.
Yeah. But somehow this hobo's got like keys to everything. He's walking around everywhere, and then he even shows them like the control room. He's like, come on in here. This is where all the magic happens. And they go in there, and there's like that's where they have like the news station. And then Rodney Ryder Piper or whatever the fuck his name is. Roddy. He's like, can we
call him Rodney? I think about a few times now.
He's like, can we get in that room? Because we're fans. We just want to see how it's done. You know, the guy's
like, sure.
Tossing
the key ring.
You know, these are some friends of mine. It's like, who's this guy? This guy's a hobo. But like 2 days ago, he was a hobo.
Yeah.
Now he's got a tuxedo on.
And
he's leading them to like the most sensitive part of this entire world domination operation.
Makes no sense.
Yeah. So they're like, finally they reveal that they're not there for, they're not supposed to be there. And the guy's like, see you guys later. And he pieces out, and does his watch and he disappears.
See you, boys.
So they end up in there and they, take over. They destroy the whole broadcast thing, right? And they got to get up on the roof and kill the broadcast so that the world could see that they're being lied to. Yeah. And then, sure enough, at this point, everybody dies. Like, no one survives in this film.
Nobody.
And it turns out that bitch that he was with, that she threw him out the window, she turns out to be a bad guy, too. She was, like, in on it the whole time. She's like, this broadcast. She was a human, but she was in on this whole broadcast thing. Which is weird, because why wouldn't she just... If he was one of the people that could expose at the time, then why didn't she just say, stay here in my place? And
he could have got him there.
They really doubled down on the fact that she has no idea who he was, and he thought she was going to be like the heroine, right? Mm-hmm. Help him out. No, she was a bad guy. They all die at the end, but then everybody sees the the propaganda and they see all the aliens and all that. But so far the movie's had some cursing and all that kind of stuff. Right? It's normal. I think it's an R rating or whatever. But then the very last scene, they just cut to some blonde with some some bolt-ons out of the blue. Fucking titties, right?
Just
and then
out of nowhere.
Yeah, out of nowhere. And then they cut, and she's like having sex with one of the alien guys, and she looks at him. He's like,
Hey, what's wrong, baby?
it's like that's the end of the movie, you know. It ends.
Yeah.
It's like that. Like he's attracted to her, right? Like I always love these movies where it's just like the alien thinks we're hot, but we don't think the aliens are hot. So
Yeah, just a really weird way to end the movie, though.
yeah,
Kinda.
just out of the blue, it's just like, okay, I'm watching this with my kids, and I'm like, it's
Yeah,
pretty
you're
clean, you know.
like,
At the end, it's like, well, titties. So I caught some flack for that.
Oh
But
man,
I
wife
guess-
got you later.
Yeah, I guess they gotta learn sometime, right? But
Man.
but it was a bit of a shocker, and especially since the rest of the
And
movie
then,
didn't set
again,
up that kind of film.
sometimes even though we watch these movies 1,000 times, sometimes you do forget about shit like that. Because this happened to me or my daughter watching the movie. I'm like, oh shit, I forgot about this fucking scene. And it's like, want to pause to get popcorn?